Described as the best and brightest, three kids who just finished their sophomore year, the best of buddies, died together in a plane crash Friday, along with an Albuquerque doctor who was piloting the plane. The father of one of the victims says he heard the sirens.
I hear all these EMT and fire trucks and stuff go by, and I posted on Facebook, does anyone know what's going on? Another businessman in town that I know that was doing a project over near where it crashed said huge plane crash, huge fireball, and I knew that my son was killed.
Just devastating. John Mall lost his 16-year-old son Michael. Also killed was 16-year-old Ella Myers and 14-year-old Ella Kirk. All three were accomplished students at Aldo Leopold High School in Silver City. The three died in a single-engine plane crash on Friday. So did the pilot, Dr. Peter Ochla. State police say the plane cut 2 electrical wires before crashing and bursting into flames. The students went up in the plane to get a look at the burn scar from the recent wildfire. They were all active in the Youth Conservation Corps Ecological Monitoring Crew and had recently won first place and a statewide environmental competition. Now, Dr. Ochla started flying a decade ago. The NTSB is investigating the cause of the crash. A 15-year-old girl is on life support after being thrown from the SUV she was driving. This is the wreck we told you about yesterday morning. It happened overnight on Monday near 98th and Central. Police say the teen lost control of the vehicle, hit the curb, overcorrected and flipped the Toyota. It rolled 3 times. She was ejected from the vehicle along with another teen who has severe head trauma. APD says speed appears to be a factor in the crash. Memorial Day became mop-up day for a lot of people in various parts of the state that were battered by heavy rains this holiday weekend. Roswell got pounded with record rain and resulted in flooding. Even sandbags couldn't quite do the trick as residents tried to stem the flow.
I saw the water coming in. I tried picking it up with a bucket and a little bowl, but I said, what am I doing? It's coming higher and higher.
Dozens of graves were partially unearthed at the cemetery here, raising with them concerns of family members who have loved ones buried there. As the water recedes, residents are getting a first-hand look at all the damage. Many streets now have sinkholes. Unstable roadways remain closed. After battling the slide fire burning in Arizona, 20 veterans from New Mexico are on their way back home. The vets were trained as seasoned wildland firefighters as part of the state's Returning Heroes program. About a week ago, the crews were deployed to the slide fire. There, they cut down trees near power lines, ensuring that the flames did not spread or damage lines. Welcome home, and thank you so much for your service.
The crews, every resource, has been working their hearts out on this fire, and we're getting to a good place.
Meanwhile, those firefighters who are still in Arizona say they are in the mop-up stages in some areas. They're working hard in Oak Creek Canyon so residents can return home. Although there is no imminent threat to homes, there are a lot of tree hazards in the vicinity that crews are working on right now. And way up north, thousands are evacuating. Look at this as a massive wildfire spreads in Alaska. So far, the blaze has consumed more than 156,000 acres in Alaska's Kenai Peninsula. Enormous flames are hitting the fire break line. It's only 30% contained right now. The fire is growing, and it has led to mandatory evacuations of at least 1,000 structures. It's threatening hundreds of cabins, vacation homes, and year-round residences. Fire officials say it was human-caused, sparked on May 19th. It's feeding on foliage in the 1.9 million acre wildlife refuge there. And just to the north of us, the search and rescue resumes today for the 3 men who went missing after a massive mudslide. The slide happened Sunday in western Colorado. The missing men live near the mudslide area and never returned home. The area is very unstable and much larger than people ever expected.
It's an understatement to say that it is massive. It's at least 2.5 to 3 miles long, if not longer, and a half a mile wide or more in certain areas. And it's incredibly deep and full of debris.
Officials say there's been no reports of any damage to structures. Back here at home, today is the day construction starts on a new 6-story patient tower at the Presbyterian Medical Center in Rio Rancho. During construction, patients will be able to access the emergency entrance on the west side of the hospital. Parking will be available in the lots closest to the main entrance and to the east of the physician office building, which is adjacent to the hospital. The current emergency department entrance is expected to reopen next March. You know, some New Mexicans drive it daily, and for others, it's easy to forget just how iconic Route 66 was as a cross-country American highway. But now the road's history is getting new attention. You see, a European group is documenting the highway, and it has a big focus on New Mexico. Here's News 13's Chris McKee.
It's easy to forget on this open road. But Route 66 helped define Albuquerque and a lot of New Mexico.
This place has history.
The history isn't lost on Vicki Ashcraft.
It's a lot of fun.
She showcases antique trailers at Enchanted Trails RV Park, one of Albuquerque's relics of the route.
You know, it's like this huge, long neighborhood that runs for eight states wide. And those people have a lot of stories to tell.
Today, it's not the same economic link it was, but there's a new turn for Route 66, a link that's going international.
New extraordinary film project, which will bring the American legend closer to the European audience.
New Mexico is one of the major focuses, now part of a new European documentary about Route 66.
The most famous road in the world.
And out of all places?
The new Czech feature film.
That's right, a group from the Czech Republic is making the documentary.
Route 66 is an icon in Europe and in the Czech Republic as well.
In the last week, the group visited places throughout New Mexico, including Gallup, Moriarty, grants for a car show, the historic Blue Swallow Motel in Tucumcari, even planting sunflowers along the route.
It symbolizes America. It symbolizes, especially for us, it symbolizes freedom. New Mexico, it was just great people.
Vicki was also interviewed in Albuquerque. She hopes the documentary will help more people learn about the real New Mexico.
And the more people that get to see it will want to come and visit.
Chris McKee, KRQE News 13.
The Czech Route 66 Association left New Mexico on Sunday. They'll make dozens of stops while heading east over the next 3 weeks. Their goal is to put it online for people to watch in September. We'll, of course, keep you posted. The goal of the city and county's Ditch and Water Safety Task Force is to keep people out of the arroyos. And to do that, they are proposing an alternative: free swim passes. How about that? At noon today at the West Mesa Aquatic Center, local officials are unveiling the new Ditches Are Deadly campaign. Mascots called the Ditch Critters are going to be around at the same town that they're kicking off the opening of the city and county swimming pools. They're opening the city and county swimming pools, and they'll be distributing these free swim passes. They are going to be for children under 17 and are good for a free day admission.